Alrighty. Seems that we got a regular day. It is actually very cold out. It is 35 degrees out right now. You wouldn't be able to tell that it's freezing all night. I have great news. The sun is out. I have great news. We are going to be starting the subathon very soon. Do the pre-show. Get kind of all the players in place. I was actually going to be playing Cards Against Humanity last night, and I did not. I feel really bad about that, but I had so much to do. Holy cow, there's so much to do. Even though I'm going to be doing my be right backs and at work or sleeping or all those things, even though I'm going to be doing those online, during the subathon, there's still a lot of back work that I have to do. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to logistically work out. I know that I'm going to be doing some Blood Bowl. I am going to try to collab and get as many people as I can, to do things like maybe Jackbox or Crab Game, which I think they're doing Crab Game at 10, which is past my bedtime, and not happy about that, but it's the time that they set. Everything that they have, because there are certain people that that time is actually kind of early for them. It's like 7 o'clock because you got West Coast time, so I won't be in on those collabs, which is all right. Cards Against Humanity was at 9 o'clock, and that was kind of, that's still kind of pushing it. I was busy getting everything, ready for this. And subathon, there's a lot. I have a lot of videos that I'm going to be probably playing. I got a lot of things that I gotta prep. A lot of games. I'm gonna probably do, like I said, I'm gonna do some Blood Bowl. I'm probably gonna do some Lord of the Rings Online. There is a few things that I want to accomplish with Lord of the Rings. So that would be kind of fun to do. We're not going to stop at 100. I'm going to, once we start, it's going to be a set time and a set finish. The goal is 100. And the way I'm doing it is that it's going to be, 100 subs is going to be one prize. 250 is going to be another. 500 is going to be another. And then I think I'll do a 750 and then a 1,000. 1K. Of course, the 1K is going to be the AT-AT prize. And all of them, everything's going to be toys. I wanted to do a Dakimakura, but it really enthusiasm for the documentaries was just mine. Even the people I was doing them for, kind of like, you know, they liked it. It was wonderful. They, you know, they enjoyed me making it. Hadn't even done the shadowing for it, and you know, the shading for it, and you know, just kind of 3D it, and you know, lighting. Because I spent so much time doing that slime that I forgot to, you know, glisten it. I forgot to make it, you know, what it was supposed to be. And you know, I realized that when you spend that much time doing high detail work, it kind of weighs on you. And I actually wish I had somebody helping me out. I wish I had somebody who was good with shading and inking and, you know, doing that. I had that in the past, but I don't have that anymore in my life. So it is what it is. And I haven't lost my love for the dockies, but I definitely, like, my drive to do them has literally, like, fizzled out. And I don't know if I'm going to get back to them or not. They're really hard to do because they're very adult, and you know, even though I was making PG dockies, it still is still not, you know, like I said, if the enthusiasm was there, if the people I was making it for, yeah, not just the people I was making it for, if while I was making it, that, you know, the need for having it was apparent, and you know, I would have fed off of their enthusiasm. But the truth of the matter is that, you know, when you're doing it, you know, alone, and it goes for these videos as well. You know, I'm doing this alone, and you know, doing this alone, you know, you only go so far. You only push so much. I know everything that I know. When I'm making videos for myself, you know, it's affirmation. You know, they become affirmation videos. I know this stuff. You know, I know what I think. I think I kind of like doing the commuting because you know that I'm not looking up any information. I'm not on my computer. I'm not Googling or whatever. You know, doing any type of search. It's like that, you know. I don't need these videos personally. I do the videos for you, so you know, I don't need affirmation in my life. Going, but I have to say it's a lot of work, and you know, I had to come to realizations that, you know, like this isn't my livelihood, and this isn't me as a streamer, isn't who I am. You know, me as my job, that's who I am. My hobby is streaming. Yeah, I had to, you know, make peace with that, and it was, I have to tell you, it was a very bitter pill and tough pill to swallow. I think I still fight it. I still think that, you know, hey, maybe. But if anything, the reaction to the prize so far, well, any reaction that I've had so far has been absolutely banger. It's been excitement. It's been, you know, I really enjoy it, and you know, I have one person in the raffle, and if it ends up being that person, you know, winning the raffle. I mean, we have to get to 100 subs. I have to get to 100 subs in order to raffle it off. But if he's the only person, it's going to be a really easy raffle to do. I don't even need to set up anything, which I'm still trying. That's pretty much what I was doing last night, was trying to figure out what a good randomizer or like a wheel spin or something like that I could use to do the raffle. There are random generators and stuff like that. I kind of don't like those, and it's not, there's nothing wrong with them. They will just pick a name, and that's fine. But I think with like, having like a wheel spin, you can actually see like who is closer and things like that. So I might want to do a wheel spin. That would be fun. But yeah, with one name, I'm not going to do a wheel spin. I mean, I'm literally just going to, get the guys, get the guy's address and mail it to him. If I reach 100 subs without any more participants, how can I, I might goof and do a video of him as the only name on the thing. Maybe I'll do 100 of all his name and spin it. So that's my plans. But I'm going to be definitely, I would definitely send it. There's only one participant. If that's how it ends up, and I would really like to have a lot of people in it. And if I'm climbing in subs, I'm going to probably hold off, delay the raffle a few days, especially if I can get to 250, because then I have this another prize to add into it. And if I get to 250 after I've done the first raffle, I'll just do another raffle. It's not that hard. But yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun to do like a bunch of raffles and even raffle off the AT-AT. Waiting to be monetized. That would be the dream, if you really want to know the truth. That would be the absolute dream. I definitely probably need to start. Here I am, like looking towards a future that I do that's not there, but. If I do become a bigger streamer, I'm going to have a crew behind me. I'm going to have people that I, one, trust, and two, pay, and three, can keep the craziness going. And I didn't realize how important that was. It's like why HoloLive is so good for people, or Shoujo, why it's so good for the streamers who are involved in it, because that is, there is so much work that you have to do, and I'm not even at the finance part of it. I'm just at the setup part of it, at the getting material going, and doing what I need to do. This is not supposed to fall over. He's tired. Deadpool doesn't care. Let's be realistic. But I'm not even a blip on even their radar. For what I want to get, for what I want to accomplish. And there's a lot of amazing things that I have coming down. If the interaction with people, turns greater, people start asking questions or making suggestions or just, being themselves. I have a whole thing planned for that. It was what this channel was originally, 8 years ago now. 8 years ago, that's what this channel was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a very interactive channel. It was not supposed to be, pretty much like a television show where people tune in or, watch, previous episodes. And I'm doing previously on, Q. This isn't, it was never meant to be that. And now it's become that, but it was never meant to be that. And I'd like to see it evolve. And what gives me hope are things like what's happening with me on Twitter. Yes, I will rant about freaking Elon. I'll rant about anything. So that's not new if you've been watching any of these videos, especially my commuting videos. I'll rant about anything, but aside from the hostile takeover of Twitter, I've been actively trying to get followers, and I am in the 900s now. And I know it's 15 years later. It's 15 years later, and I am still under 1,000. But I have to realize that I was at 800 when I first started, and it was definitely I was definitely doing a push because of the videos and film and television pilots and stuff like that I was doing back in the day. But Twitter has always been kind of a mystery to me. I've never figured it out. I've never figured out the usefulness. The information that I get from it is kind of fun. Some people tell some funny jokes. It's kind of interesting, but everybody's in single serving size, so the information that I get is a single serving. It's usually not the full information, and it's usually not. It's usually in meme form. If you could tell by the way I write and stuff like that, most of my tweets are not like just short little blips. Most of my tweets are long. I'm always going to the limit, and what's even funnier is I remember when it was 124 characters long, and I think it went up to 127. And that was it, and I literally struggled with it. It really was like a high and by type of thing, and I really early on in my twittering, early on in tweeting, I had no clue. It was just basically to try to gather people up and show them where to go, and that's it. That's all I used it for years, and I dropped the ball. That's not earth-shattering thing, because I never found the usefulness. And I was always still tweeting every now and again. I was mainly doing Facebook, because at least on Facebook I could have my diatribes, and I could actually do long ass posts. And I have videos of me reading my long ass posts, so you can see they weren't that long, but they also weren't very short. They were in depth and a lot of information. I'm notorious for that. And I am a tough pill for people to swallow. I know that. And maybe on Twitter I'm a little more bite-sized, I guess. But yeah, I was up to 800, many moons ago. I don't even know how many years ago it was, but it's close to the beginning. And then I dropped off, and I was all the way down to less than 100 for a period of time. But I've maintained about 300 followers over the years, so it's been a pretty consistent thing, and I've been kind of happy with that. Pick up a few friends, I lose a few friends. There are a handful, maybe 10 people. It's not a lot. There's definitely not a lot of people that have continued to follow me. Some of the people I'm sad that they're gone. I wish I still had a connection to, but it is what it is. People have deleted their tweets, and that's what we're going through right now. I'm curious to see what happens, but I'd like to make 1,000. 1,000's nice. Now, 1,000 would be really good. I would love to be verified. Verification would be absolutely awesome. It would make me feel like people kind of recognize me. Even though I was never really famous, but I was kind of known, sort of. I know what fame tastes like, and I don't like it. How's that? We'll leave it at that. That's a good place to leave it. I know what it is. I know the opportunities. I know the abuse. I know pretty much how the industry eats up people and spits them out. And the reason I know that is because I was one of the people that was eaten up and spit out. And before they ate me up, I was also eating up people. So I was not a nice person. I don't like it. I don't like the person I became. People are going to be people, and they're awful. And that goes with every industry. So I'm not going to blame the industry for having awful people. But when an industry encourages, that's probably the best word, encourages you to be awful to other people, and you get rewarded. You get rewarded for doing that, and people get rewarded for being awful to you. It creates it breaks all bonds, and I had many trust issues with people around me, and that's one of the things that I did not burn to the ground. I didn't have the opportunity because we had a writer's strike and then a housing crisis that destroyed my business, and I held on too long. I should have actually just cut my losses early on. Should have cut my losses before my mentor died. Should have cut my losses and just basically headed on out and drove out into the sunset. I didn't. I held on too long. I thought things were going to rebound quickly. They didn't. And I'm not the only casualty in Hollywood of that happening. And, like I said, it cost me my business. It cost me everything. was a number of years that I was trying to recover from it. And I was, hopping around and, globe-trotting around the country to hot film spots that could use an effects artist and, cameraman and, writer and, pretty much like a all-in-one package. I realized like having that, being kind of the jack of all trades is not a desired thing from people, especially if you exhibit more talent than them. Not that you are more talented than them, but if you exhibit more talented than the people you're working for, they don't want to hire you because they're worried that you're going to take over. I had a multi-million-dollar business, so it is what it is. Or I should say I was involved with a multi-million-dollar business. It is what it is. It's all gone. So that's where I'm at right now in my life. And I definitely still. If you think I have trust issues, I had trust issues then, I still have. I didn't get cured of it. I definitely sank into depression. My depression is definitely my reality check. It seems to do a lot of damage to things that, especially like things that I'm dreaming about and wanting to create. And, it definitely wants to stifle me at every given turn, but it also allows me to breathe, allows me to take a break, allows me to examine what's around me. And, like I said, there are people in the community that I'm in right now that are just so loving, so giving, so offering of their time, and I have been, the more that they want to give, the more I've been shutting them out, because I don't want them to hurt themselves in order to help me, even though I need it. That's not the issue. I don't want them to hurt themselves. I think it's because I've been in that position where my needs, convincing people that my needs are greater than their needs, and they should be helping me out. I used to be very good at that, and it's not a good place to be. And even though it still kind of builds loyalty, it kind of also builds mistrust, especially on my part. There's a lot of backstabbing going on, so I'm actually surprised I survived it. Because I didn't think there was definitely a time when I thought I wasn't going to make it through that. There is the streamathon, and I'm going to do a sleepathon as well. But the streamathon, sleepathon are going to be interesting to see, because I have a renewed enthusiasm, but I also know how things turn out. I also know how people have reacted to me on Twitter. So I've had 300 300 or so people following me, and I put out a get to know me, things, whatever was trending at the time. I do all the trends. I kind of goof with them and have a lot of fun with them. But when the trends actually are requesting participation, that's when I seem to not do very well. So when you do like the 50 questions, to get 50 likes, that sort of thing, when I did those, like I said, 2. I have gotten more than 5, so 5 is not my maximum anymore. But think about that. Like 5 used to be the maximum number of likes that I got for any tweet, except for like I would say there was some major replies and stuff like that I did that probably got more than 5. Not many, but any standalone tweet that I've ever done, 5 is the maximum that I had, and that just recently changed over, and it's 31 now. So $31 is an amazing number, especially when I now have over 900 followers. I'm pushing to 1,000 followers, and to have a tweet only reach 31 really, it always just gets me to wonder, is the follower push actually worth it? I'm now bribing people to subscribe to me on YouTube. Is that worth it? Will that get people to watch? Because I have to admit, if I get to 1,000 subscribers, but I'm only at a couple hundred hours of watch time, I'm going to be SOL as far as being monetized. I don't even know how that works. But I literally would have to basically be doubling the total amount of watch time that I have right now every month. I have to be doubling it. Well, just doubling what the number is currently, because it's just over 4,000 right now. I don't have a lot of watch time, but I don't, I've been sitting on 30, subscribers. I went up to 45 for a short period of time, and that's not a lot of subscribers, and it's definitely not a lot of viewing power that I'm getting and stuff like that, because the algorithm tends to ignore me. I didn't even see what time it was before I shut the car off. Let's just do this real quick. 7:10. So I'm gonna probably go ahead in real soon. But it's bright today. I think it's because it's been overcast for the past couple days. I'm not used to the sun being out. But the more participation, the more participation I get, the less of a spaz I'm going to be, and the more I can get to doing the things that I want to do. I have to get over the initial shock of when people actually do comment and participate, because that's where me being a spaz comes into play. That's when I'm like, oh, how do I keep my friends, people chatting and interacting with me, and I blow it, and I gotta be a little more calm and deal with it as it comes, and and also not worry about it. I gotta not worry about things like that. And if this whole thing becomes a bust and I don't even reach 100 subscribers, I am rapidly, and Cinco de Mayo will, I think, is, I have to look up when I did the 100 videos, because I know there was a few days that I did multiple videos, and I was really pushing for that. I mean, this is the time when I did most of my parodies, so a lot of my videos were only 5 minutes long. Yeah, I was literally cranking them out. And yeah. I was literally just cranking out these videos like crazy mad, and I reached 100, and I was under the impression that with 100 videos that it will actually catapult me to where I could get 100 subscribers relatively easy. And I know that I wasn't doing it the right way. I know there's whole methods that people have of getting subscribers and everything like that. I didn't do any of them, and it is what it is. And now I'm doing some of them, and I might have already missed the window, but I think it would be nice. I'm gonna look that up when I get home, to the year anniversary of when I posted the 100 videos, 100 videos video. But yeah, and that's when I made the declaration that I was going to hold off on doing milestones until I got my next milestone was supposed to be 100 subscribers, and like I said, I dropped the ball. I blame myself for it. I don't blame the fact that their eyeballs didn't get to my page, and the fact that I wasn't pushing for it and trying to make it happen. But I'm gonna try to make it happen now, and maybe it would have been easier if I started over. I don't know, but it would have just, there was a lot of work that went into creating this channel to begin with, and yeah, I could easily just start over, and pretend to be younger. But it's just not. It just doesn't seem worth it. A short, streamers aren't long lived. It's kind of like being an athlete. Being on top and being relevant is very hard to do consistently when you're pretending to be that. And I have to continue just to be myself. And I hope you can see that I'm working really hard at it, and maybe even a little, maybe appreciate it, because I appreciate you. And thank you. I can't thank you enough for it. I wrote the thank you video for a reason. To thank you. And I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a wonderful day doing it. And as always, cool beans. All right, take care.